Good evening and welcome to government will face its first political test next week when it submits its policy statement to the parliament. The opposition has threatened to turn the session into a no-confidence debate of sort against the government. And that is only the beginning of a long political road for Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha and his young government. And it's a road that is full of challenges. Tonight, ThaiPBS World talks to an academic for his views on some of these challenges. The good news is that we finally have a government, right? But the not so very good news is that it looks like it's going to be a very fragile coalition, given the fact that it's made up of as many as 18 or 19 political parties. The most favorite questions at any dinner table these days is how long will it last? I'm sure you must have been asked the same question many times.
Yes,
so
indeed.
what is your guess?
Yes, because this upcoming government is hybrid. Again, we've been through many times of democracies, and according to the index, democratic index, we now come back to a big hybrid government again. Hybrid government means the current government actually part of many of the senior leaders or the administrators come from the military. But although we do have more political parties, so we're moving toward the process of democracy. I think a majority of people who voted for Palang Pracharat Party at one time they looking for peace. Okay, let's pick up the Prime Minister. Prime Minister Prayut again. Okay, to reassure about the peace. And also, okay, let's have some politicians familiar with. I don't mind that, but let's see if perhaps they can. I can hope for that. So I think it's how they come up with the policies, and they can actually implement that as they go along, because every time they open the discussions in the government, in the cabinet, they're going to have to justify and verify that report progress.
So it all depends on its performance.
The performance, indeed, and very punctual time, very fast. They need to be speedy.
No, but the opposition has made it very clear that it will not let the government, rest in peace. It will make things difficult every step along the way. So, do you think the opposition will be in a position to really create troubles for this government? In the short run, anyway.
This time, people voted for different reasons, for different perspectives, but all ultimately aim is that they want to have better livings. They're going to have to come up with some policies that they can implement, within weeks, because we have pressure. And today it's not just the opposition parties who will go against them, but it's the power of the media, the social media. So especially for political parties, surely whatever feedback they get from the government, coalition parties, will be discussed, will be expanded, substantiated on the social network. So I think we have a much massive, larger police bureau.
So that means that this government will be exposed to much more criticisms than the previous military-supported government, right?
Indeed.
Because the Prime Minister Kun Prayut no longer has the executive powers to silence the media as he used to, right?
Yes, as we see that the government took a bit of time in order to form this government due to negotiation on the positions who would be the ministers for different ministries. This come from the agenda of each political party. The Prime Minister need to balance with the demand from the political parties. Because I'm sitting on the Ministry of Finance, I'm sitting on the Ministry of Commerce, this is my agenda. So each political parties would like to have kudos, would like to have to be accepted and reputable in the eyes of the public. So perhaps that's what the Prime Minister really need to balance and reconcile.
But this will be a new challenge for Prime Minister Prayut because he used to rule with iron fist, right? He has the executive powers to get things done But now, I mean, without that power, he will have to make a lot of accommodation with the coalition partners. Do you think he will somehow, I mean, come to terms with that and get this government going and still have control and yet still needing to make compromises, and that, which is not the way, I mean, he is used to it.
I think because this time we also have a large group of appointed senators. So those senators perhaps need to play, we should see senators who should play more roles in the parliament more than ever before. The senators must work hand in hand with the government, with the government parties, need to support instead of going against it. The senators need to create agendas, issues, some tip for thought, for people to discuss about it and to work in time. My prediction is, if the government can survive longer than 6 months, they're going to survive. Because if opposition parties or the coalition parties play game, bargaining for what they really want for 6 months and they don't get it, and they see, 6 months, I don't get what I want, but I need to go with the flow. So they will start implementing the policy. They'll start to work and show a bit of change. So I think if the government works can face up to the challenge longer than 6 months, they're gonna stay a bit.
And this is going to be a real test for Prime Minister Prayut's political leadership.
Yes.
Right, because do you think he will be able to get all these coalition partners who have different political agenda interests to toe the line? Do you think he's in the position to do that?
I think he needs to have really good advisors.
And that means he also has to listen more to
He has
people.
to listen more as well. He has to listen more. He needs also listen more and communicate more. Before, he had almost absolute power, and he has martial law. At the moment, he needs to be politician and work within the system. So I think he needs to work more with, for example, he may appoint some particular committees under each ministry. And work, because each ministry or senators or representative need to have some advisors anyway. So perhaps he can work with, he can set up some committees or some center point to work with all the politicians.
And that's it for ThaiPBS World tonight. Thank you for watching.